Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. I'm not in the spare room. I'm out at last. March the 8th, last Monday, couldn't have come quick enough, so I'm out and about. I've just left the house and I'm really lucky where I'm living now. I'm surrounded by woodlands, so I'm just going totally blind to a local woods. Never been in there before, no idea what I'm going to find. I can see it from a distance now and looks nice from here, but they always do. But it's a bit of a galy, windy day today, blustering. There is a bit of rain in the air. It is forecast 80% chance of quite heavy rain at 9 o'clock, so we'll see, but we might be able to use that to our advantage, create a bit of mist and a bit of separation or depth, but we'll see. Depends what we find, but I'm not really bothered if I don't even get the camera out. It's just great to be out with all the kit and hopefully we'll find one or two nice compositions. Let's go and have a look. Oh, it's great to be back in the woodlands. Crikey, I've missed it. It's a shame that I've left the New Forest behind because I was learning it quite well. And I knew where different scenes were for different conditions, you know, but that's that chapter done. Time for a new chapter, and I can't wait to learn my local woodlands. Let's go and see what we can find. Well, that's the first frame in the bag. It's not the best of frames, but I just had to get the camera out. I've got this old fallen, I think it's an ash, fallen across this track. Got some real deep wheelings with some puddles, which is a lovely leading line. Takes your eye all the way through the frame, right from the foreground, right through. It's quite flat, the light's not great, but there's quite a bit of greenery about. We've got some ivy on these young saplings. We've got some rhododendrons halfway down this track. The sun does keep giving a little bit of light. It's coming out again now, as you can see, but a little bit of drizzle. It's not too windy in here, which is good, but hopefully in post I can make this scene a little bit airier, give it a bit of an autumn effect, give it some depth, add a bit of dehaze perhaps. And over lockdown, certainly since just before Christmas when I stopped coming out really, I've learned so much in Photoshop, you know, how to enhance an image, and now I'm stood here, it doesn't look very good in camera, but I'm already sort of thinking post-production what I can do to the frame and how I can enhance certain areas of it, soften certain areas off, bit of contrast, white balance, you know, all the aspects of Photoshop, and I think I can see a nice-ish frame here. I say it's not a world beater, but I just wanted to get the camera out. But I say it's a lovely lead-in line with the track, a little bit of a bend in it, and some lovely, a nice puddle that catches your eye in the bottom of the frame and then leads your eye off. It's mainly saplings with 4 or 5 big ash each side of this track, and hopefully I'll be able to make it a nice image. I don't really mind, I'm just so happy to get the camera out. I'll pop the image up now, guys. Well, there's certainly some nice ash in this woodland, quite tall but really gnarly, some lovely shapes at the top. So hopefully on a nice foggy misty day should make a nice frame if I can find the right composition, so that's really promising. Brilliant. Well, this is another nice scene. Nothing spectacular again, but it caught my eye, and it's the wheelings that have been created obviously when the Forestry Commission have been in here perhaps doing some logging with their big machinery. And over the years, obviously they're really old wheelings, and over the years some moss has grown on the top of the peaks of the wheelings, and they create a lovely leading line, or 4 leading lines, through these beech and ash trees here. And it just caught my eye. I say it's nothing spectacular, but it's just another scene that hopefully in post I can improve a little bit, a bit of vignette perhaps, highlight the moss on the peaks here to really emphasize them leading lines. Obviously they're full of dead leaves, which obviously makes even more nice leading lines, so it really does draw your eye through the scene. There's not much through the scene at the end where your eye finishes, but I might be able to add a little bit of haze or dehaze into the end of the scene where your eye will finish. The ash and the beech, they're not very symmetrical at all, quite a bit messy really. We've got some brash overhanging as well, but I'm probably going to edit it so that 3/4 of the frame are these wheelings that take your eye through the frame and into the trees. I'm on the 16-35, I'm at about 18mm, and I've got all 4 of these wheelings in the base of the frame leading your eye through. It's quite flat at the moment. There is a bit of wind about, and the tops of these trees are swaying, so I've just had to increase my shutter speed to 1/25 of a second, which meant I've had to bring the aperture down to f8 just to make sure I get an okay shutter speed so that there's no movement in the tops of the trees. I'm at ISO 100, obviously, always at ISO 100. Now, as you can see now, the sun keeps coming out, and when it does, it's casting some lovely shadows across these wheelings from the trees on my left here. I'm not sure which frame I prefer, because obviously when the sun does come out, it's highlighting all the trees in the frame. Obviously the left hand side where the sunlight's coming from, it's casting some lovely light and obviously creating a shadow on the back of the trees. So I'll pop that frame up now. I say I'm not sure which one I like best. I'm not sure if the shadow takes your eye away from the scene a bit, leads your eye off the wheelings. I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to work on the flatter image of the two, and say add a bit of vignette and a bit of dehaze perhaps. Obviously the autumn effect, might add some contrast, but I'm definitely going to work in Lumensia on the layer masking and just bring the highlight tones up on this moss to really emphasize the wheelings and the leading line through the frame. So yeah, another nice frame. I say it's nothing to blow your mind, but it's all an adventure. I'm making my way through this forest, nearly said forest, through this woodland, and I say it's majority of it is ash, but there's some nice scenes about. So if the post-production works, I'll pop it up now, guys. Well, thoroughly enjoyed being back in the woods. Such a pleasure just to be out. No portfolio frames unfortunately this morning, but great to get the camera out, get my eye back in and just listen to the birds singing in amongst the trees. It's absolutely fantastic. It's been a long 3 months waiting to get out, but anyway, that's a bit of this woodland explored. So there's some lovely ash trees, some gnarly branches at the top, so nice foggy conditions. That should make a nice frame. And I don't know how many acres this woodland is, 50, 100 acres probably. I'm not sure. I'm not very good at acreage, but certainly loads more to explore yet. And this is just one of the woodlands. There's lots around me, so can't wait to get stuck in properly. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'll just stop before this. It's ever so wet in here. Look, really wet. But the boots have had a good test today, anyway. But I hope you enjoyed that, anyway, guys. If you could give it a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. Let YouTube know that you're enjoying the content on the channel, and subscribe if you haven't yet for more videos of the same from me in Lincolnshire. And yeah, what a great morning. Great to be out. Thanks ever so much, guys. Have a great week. Catch up soon.